So, welcome everybody to another interview, this time with my client Emanuele, who has an interesting story. He basically started from nothing, no prior experience. He just mentioned that he was going to the gym for less than 6 months. We'll discuss more about that in a second. And yeah, we can jump into this stuff, I guess, and I hope that this story will inspire you to make a change in your life and yeah, just to improve your life overall. That's the most important thing. So, yeah, first of all, who are you? Where are you from? If you can tell us a few words about yourself.
Well, my name's Emanuele. I've lived in Italy and the United States between the two countries. I'm 25. And yeah, I have a really stressful life and balancing many things, running a couple of ventures and, working full time at the same time, having to travel a lot. So, yeah, this all started with me kind of seeking a way to balance fitness as well and not sacrificing it just for the sake of the rest of my life.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. How many times are you traveling a year? I guess a lot, even in different continents, right?
Yeah, I'd say I go between Italy and the United States a lot. And even within the domestic United States, maybe I take 20 planes a year.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the basically the story that will inspire you to make a change even if you're traveling a lot, right? Because I can see that professionals usually have this excuse. I'm traveling a lot, I have to change the places, staying at the hotels, I cannot train and so on. But yeah, you can definitely find a solution, and anyone can do it. And yeah, uh, so the second question would be, what was your situation before working with me?
So I found myself not only, in tandem in a really stressful position with balancing a lot of work and projects coming my way. And I was just trying to get back into the gym consistently. I just never found a great reason to. I deem myself very under my BMI, right? So under um, my weight scale, I'm tall, I'm 6'4". That's about 193, 94 centimeters, maybe around that. And I was weighing not even 70 kilos. So not even that, yeah, not even 159 pounds or anything. It was bad. And so I found myself not only consistently, let's say, eating foods that I would only want, right? So going with my sugar impulse and not eat, but also I needed to be at a tight budget. I was spending a lot of time at the stove, a lot of time cooking, and not finding any fulfillment to fit in fitness within my routine. I wasn't doing stuff consistently, and that was, I mean, that's thinking about it, that's not even 6.5 months ago. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. So, basically, what you're saying is that in your life was missing a structure, right?
I had no structure at all. I was trying to balance multiple things without plan. It's like almost taking action without planning. And so before the program, uh, I'd say I was taking not even that much action, but I had zero planning.
Yeah, I guess it's hard to take action if you don't have the certainty that, or at least, some kind of certainty that you're gonna reach a specific goal, right?
Yes, and I wasn't followed by anyone per se. There's all this conflicting information that you see. I was consuming content, consuming short form content, long form content, and every other week had a different way of approaching stuff. But in reality, that's just poor planning done quickly.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. That's interesting, because when I started this journey, 17 years ago almost, there was no information. So the way that you wanted to grab information back then was either watching, yeah, there was YouTube back then, but not so, not with so much information. But you needed to read the forums, on blogs, and so on. And actually, the best way was to go to talk to bodybuilders in the gym, which it's in a way scary, but you need to find a way to build some kind of connections. So yeah, back then was a bit better, I would say, because you can go to that guy, in the gym and ask him a few questions. Maybe he will give you some suggestions here and there. So that was still that kind of sense of community. Right now these days it's not happening because of the internet, I would say. Well, because everyone is in their own worlds. So yeah, they have the headphones. They're not so connected. So yeah. Okay, what was your goal back then, or your goals?
I really just wanted to take off a shirt and feel confident. I wanted to take off a shirt and feel nice. Take off a shirt knowing that, okay, I'm putting work into what I'm seeing. I'm proud. I like what I see. And honestly, I was just pulling off my shirt and I wasn't liking what I was seeing. There was nothing. This is a stick. And so, more than anything, I wasn't happy of any. I would shy away from the mirror, and I said, you know what? That's it. I want to step away from that, and as a goal, just appreciate myself in the mirror, having a good V taper, building the shoulders, seeing something, and that was my goal mainly.
Gotcha. And when you say, okay, you didn't like the way you look in the mirror, it is only because of confidence or I don't know. When I'm thinking about my situation, because I was in a similar situation, definitely for me was bullying, but not from someone outside because everyone was skinny back then. But it's just, from, for example, my cousins. So I said to myself, okay, this is some kind of deep motivation. I'm not gonna stop doing this stuff. That's the only way to escape. So it was like life of or death for me. It was kind of like the same to you, or it's just okay, I just need some confidence here and there.
Well, I wasn't going to the beach because of it. Like I was scared to go to the beach and oh my gosh, I'm gonna take my shirt off and then people are gonna start like I don't know, like oh, the people around me are gonna see me that I'm weaker than other people that may have a better body. So it's just wreaking weakness. It's not only that; it's just if you're not confident about the way you look, it's gonna show visibly. Your body language is gonna change. You're gonna try and put a shirt on all the time. You're gonna try and look bigger by moving around, and it's just not natural. People see it. People sense it. I didn't like it. And yeah, I wasn't going to the beach. I actually, I always say, oh, I like fall, I like winter. No, I detest those seasons. I need more sun. Now I need more sun. But it's overall, it's a loop effect in your life. What I just described right now has an effect on your performance in life. Oh, everything sucks because I don't look good in the mirror. Everything starts with that. You look at yourself in the mirror like, oh, I don't like myself. It's a complete. You start the day with rejection, and so it falls into your work, into your projects, into your life, into your relationships. It's overall a really, really, really bad position to be in.
Yeah, a funny story I can tell you about myself regarding what you mentioned is that, man, in the winter time I was wearing 2 or 3 layers of clothes, just to look bigger. That was so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. If you're watching this and you are skinny, we totally feel your pain. That's some kind of pain that, yeah, obviously, if you're fat, if you're overweight, that's a different story. But if you're skinny, you're starting being a skinny guy. Yeah, that's you know you cannot compare that to anything else. So yeah, I feel you. Okay, why did you decide to invest in yourself to get rid of this situation or get out of that situation?
I mean, it's make or break, right? At some point, you either are going to take appropriate action or you're not. I was taking a lot of dopaminic free action in my head. I was tricking myself. I was taking action by consuming content, reading different things. I overall knew what was good and what was not, but I didn't have a structure and plan. I didn't have someone there to follow me all the time, every time, 24/7. And at the same time, I did it to hurt a little. So that's why I make the decision is because not only I I trust you with everything I got with my fitness and my life and and everything that comes to there. But I also needed it to sting a little because investing means that something has to leave you and come back in return. So you have to go down. It's meant to go down in a second, and you're putting your trust, putting your financial investment, putting your time, willingness, and effort to learn and take time to learn to then have returns. And it's delayed returns. You have to be willing to have delayed gratification. That's why I took the leap because I had complete trust and I needed someone who was so experienced and almost made it infallible for me to not succeed.
I appreciate your kind words, so that means a lot. So yeah, I got you. And so statistically, let me tell you some statistics here. If you hire a fitness trainer, there is a 30% chance that you're gonna reach your goal, basically what goals you had. And let's say that only about 10% of those people will eventually have them for the long term. And I was analyzing my program, not to brag or something, but we are at about approximately 90%. So why do you think is that difference? I'm just curious to hear your opinion.
Well, I think you only attract a great quality of clientele that has the willingness to learn. You asked me a lot of times if I was willing to put the time, if I was willing to put the effort, if I had time, if I had effort, and if I wanted to achieve the goal in the end. Those three different questions really, and you constantly ask me that, they really put me in check and say, okay, am I am I helping someone who is willing to be helped? In the end, you need to be able to get coached because if you're close-minded, just expect a return after you make a couple of changes, then that's just really not how the world works. And that's not how the world works now. But a lot of people are like that now because with the advent of the digital age and everyone expects fast results quick after 2 clicks. But in reality, you need to go back to your primal thoughts and times in order to get something, you need to put in something and consistently. That because you attract the high quality clientele people, you at the same time operate on that um, high level group of people in a really specific, articulate way. You don't make anything that's cookie cutter. Hence, you have a really high return rate because you analyze people deeply, their situation, their lives, and you perfectly balance everything and make sure that what they have to invest is so low friction in time, effort, and anything that it's almost a no-brainer to succeed. It's almost harder to not succeed, if that makes sense.
Yeah, gotcha. Again, thanks for your kind words. You say something very interesting, and I was analyzing that myself. So I'm always asking clients like, how can we make this even more simple? Like, I don't want to create, okay, go to the gym 5 times a week. No, it's not necessary. You can go 3 times. You can train at home. There are so many endless possibilities to reach a certain goal. It's just that, okay, how can we make it so easy that it's impossible for you to not make it? Easy habits, just getting into that consistency, analyzing your situation, blood work and everything. So yeah, I'm totally with you on that. Okay, so how do you feel now that you know what's the deal with the metabolism, metabolic health, and yeah, you know how to fix it yourself. You understand what is going on a deeper level. So understand the basic of biology. And obviously, you have my support all your life from here. So how do you feel about that? I mean, the reason I'm asking you this is because do you know how to face the next stage? When we're talking about stages, we're talking about decades, and yeah, so on.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. I have the tools that I need in order to make it, for instance, like in order to keep consistent. I know what to adjust. I know if I do certain things, what outcomes I will get. With the program, I've come to understand and know what the science behind everything is and what the data behind it everything is and how to tweak my body almost as if I know it better than it knows itself, right? And even though that is a feeling and we try to adjust every single time, I'm prepared to handle the next stages of my life in a way that I never thought I would possible. I am in control. And again, and it's cliche, but once you have the information, you can either discard it or you can make something out of it. And of course, I'm going to make something out of it.
Yeah, because in the world, man, what is happening is something new. Diseases are skyrocketing, food quality is getting worse, and yeah, most of the people are deficient in nutrients. It's hard to not be these days because yeah, the food quality, poor choices, how you combine the nutrients so you get the maximum absorption and so on. So everyone that is saying, okay, everything is good right now, is just yeah, you have to stay consistent in this kind of lifestyle, for a longer period of time to feel the benefits. It's not like, yeah, you start eating healthy for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and then you are healthy 100%. No, it's not like that. Some
Yeah, it's a
people,
lifestyle.
yeah, some people have the benefits, to grow up in, I don't know, farms or certain countries. Everything was still quality. There is an interesting book about that by a dentist. I'm gonna add it here. And yeah, it's just about finding your unique way to do things. Nothing forced. No diets. Not restrictions. It's just, yeah, if you want to enjoy something, obviously you are from Italy. I live in Italy, so we like pasta, we like pizza, and so on. We have so many traditional foods in this area. And yeah, you just need to know how to repair the damage after that. That's important. So, what would have happened if you decided to do nothing about your situation back then?
Man, I'd be skinny fat. So what skinny fat entails is I would be consuming a lot of carbs, not enough protein, maybe hitting the gym when I feel like it without a structure. I would have probably eh, gained a couple pounds of sugar, but that I honestly I cannot imagine what I would have been like because I knew for certain that I was going to take action and finally, integrate fitness into the way I live forever. It's a choice you make. It's the person you become and you want to become. And I had made a decision. I have no idea what I've been like. It definitely would have been a version of me that did not like itself when I took off my shirt.
Yeah. Oh, skinny fat is something usual in the corporate world. So let's say by my base is in engineering, electronical engineering, and then I did the master's in nutrition. But I can see, people from my university that are either overweight or skinny fat. Almost no one is in shape. And it got me thinking, okay, these guys are, they have a lot of fat cells, which means high estrogen, which means probably insulin resistance. And this could potentially lead to so many diseases, including diabetes, for example. I was reading something recently about diabetes, how to manage the disease when you have it. Man, it's so complicated, especially type 1. You need to analyze the blood every day almost. And it's so complicated. So I was thinking, if you have that, you need some extra effort just to live, by day to day. So obviously, what I focus on is also prevention on this type of diseases. You have to see them, you have to understand what people are experiencing, and just to have the motivation to not get there. So, yeah, skinny fat or overweight is definitely one step closer to those kind of diseases, which I assure you, you don't want them in your life.
Indeed. Yeah, all of this is about It's a lot of people, all those people you described probably, like I know a lot of them, they'll probably say, "Oh, but you'll die anyways." It's not about you'll die anyways, it's how you live. And these people get sick twice a year, three times a year. You can't sleep. You got insomnia because of what you eat, and you're looking at scrolling on your phone at late at night. There's all these little things that, again, it's about how you live. And for if you want to perform well in life, if you want to be good, if you want to be, then this is what you need to do.
Yeah, it's about the quality of your life, and the people around you will feel it. You can be mad, at someone because they are happier or they are living the life, and you can stay there, like I see this, people comment. I don't know how these people they have so much time, to comment on bringing hate and so much, nonsense. So obviously it means that something in your life is not functioning in a way. Maybe it's your health because this is the foundation. So it's health and everything else will be after that, family, finances, and so on. So yeah, definitely, it makes a lot of sense. So what do you say is the thing that helped you the most to achieve your success? So obviously, on one of your goals is to add muscle mass and to get rid of the skinny fat physique, right?
Indeed.
Okay. So what do you see is the thing, or yeah, the thing or the things that help you to escape that?
Well, I'd say the number one is the 24/7 help I received from you. Like I could ask you a question, immediately I would know the answer. I know if I was doing the right thing or not, and I would put all my decisiveness and all my trust in that decision. A great example is, um, eating foods that, like, I just want to get rid of my skinny fat, right? So I need to get rid of excess estrogen. So how do I get in that habit of resetting my gut? How do I get in the habit of um, having natural boosting, right? So get in the sun and all these things come together. What made it so easy for me was the fact that, both in diet, but with the nutrition and the workout routines and learning these things, it was so simple for me to execute everything properly. That was what made me over the top. Because all I needed to do, for example, in the month of June, zero errors, everything. Like I perfectly executed everything that was given to me because, again, that's the most important month. I was resetting my metabolism, getting into it, and I gave 100% care. So me investing that care, that time, that attention, and that investment was met with a proper structure, 100% decisiveness on what to do, and low friction. It was so easy for me to execute that made me just guarantee basically that I was gonna get where I wanted.
Yeah, I remember once you asked me about kefir, which was 2 weeks old, something like that, if it's good.
I still ask you that.
Yeah, that was a bit funny because I was tasting one that was, I think, 2 months old. It was a kefir. But yeah, if it's stay in glass bottle, there is no problem with that. Even the milk, for example. So that was the funny one because I was kind of like asking myself, a few years ago, is it still good? And I went to the farmer's market and I asked the lady, look, I have this milk, which is 2 months old. Do you still okay to drink it? And she said, yeah, why not? It's fermented milk. It's even better.
There you go.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
sometimes I think I don't leave it. I don't let it ferment enough. I was like, maybe I should leave it more.
yeah, cool. So would you recommend this program that we call the metabolic health system?
If I don't recommend it, I'm not doing my due diligence to my neighbor who is watching this or listening, because yeah, I'm almost compelled to recommend the program because there is no way that you have a goal and you are 100% dedicated with this structure, with this program, you will not fail. Guaranteed.
Okay, if someone is watching this and they are not sure about investing in themselves, what would you say to them?
You're dumb. No, jokes aside, if you really think that just with your 100% dedication and you putting yourself out there and saying I am committed to do nothing else but achieving this goal and giving 100%, there is impossible it is impossible. There's an impossible chance that you will not succeed. You are engineered to succeed if you give your 100% and you say you're going to do what you're going to do, period. It's all on you. Once you invest in a system, in a structure that works for you, custom, dedicated to you, there's nothing. If you're 100% there, there's no reason you'll fail.
Yeah. Okay. Glad to hear that. That was amazing. Okay, and what if you start the program right now? What would you do differently if you start it right now?
I would get more sun. I would get more sun. But yeah, if I had to do anything. But jokes aside, I because I executed everything at 100% of my capacity, I know for sure that I have no regrets. What would I have done differently? Not many things, like the small things, like I would have gotten more sun, maybe would have started drinking raw milk earlier. But I mean, I did everything at the best of my capacity with the decisions and the information that was given to me, and that's why I made the investment because I know I was capable of, with your help, making that decision. Yeah, but just those minor things. Maybe I would have gotten more sun. Maybe drank more raw milk.
Okay, why is the sun so important? Because yeah, some people are watching this and maybe they're afraid of sun. Or yeah,
So spilling some tea here, but sun is like a natural steroid. It literally makes you buff because of the vitamin D. That is the only and most pure natural source of vitamin D is the sun. And so getting as much sun as possible. That's why I said earlier that I love summer and I don't really like fall and winter is because in the summer I could get sun every day. And some people just get sunburned. Some people can't take the sun. Some people are all albinos. I don't know, but that's all based off of how your body is, what your diet is most of the time, if not all the time. So that's one of the reasons.
yeah, if your diet is not on point, the sun can be your enemy. If your diet is on point, getting enough saturated fats, the other vitamins that work in synergy. The sun is the best thing in life. There is something called heliotherapy. They used to do it. So they used to put patients outside in the sun, recovering faster. But yeah, I know that is not used anymore. So yeah, the sun is super, super helpful. Okay, man. Thank you for having thank you for your time for having this interview. Is there anything else you would like to add here?
Just just hop in the program, man. If you're watching, if you're listening, just hop in the program, man. Do it for yourself. It's the best decision you could make for yourself. Is to care about your health, your fitness, because everything else in your life will start growing as a consequence of that. Guaranteed.
Yeah, you mean other aspects of your life, like
Yeah, other areas, your finance, your relationships, the way you portray yourself, your body language, your posture, the money you're making. Again, everything is a consequence of how you show that physically outwards and how you feel introspectively because of that. So,
yeah, makes a lot of sense. Okay, so yeah, I'm really happy that we had this interview. I'm sure your story will inspire a lot of people to make a change. As Emanuele said, everything starts from there. This is the foundation. You cannot work on other things without fixing this first, in my opinion. And of course, I would like you to see you continue to reach your goals, to stay consistent with not only this 6 month transformation, but in the next years to come. It is just the beginning of your journey anyway. So thank you so much for this interview today. And I hope people on YouTube enjoyed as much as I did. That was amazing. And yeah, looking forward to seeing your success in the future, man. Thanks again for this interview.
likewise, thank you.
So yeah, people on YouTube, thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed this interview, and I'm really glad that he achieved his goals. If you want to get help from me or have a similar success, just book a call with me. I'm gonna obviously ask you a few questions, analyze your situation. The worst case is that I'm gonna give you in that call a few pointers where to go from there. And the best case scenario, not gonna lie, it would be us working together. So you can book a call with me in the link in the description and see you there. Take care.